Flagman Jeff, one hand on the button, one hand on the flag. Into turn 3 off of turn 4, green flag for your People's Natural Gas 410 sprint cars. Close quarters between Weaver and Matt as they enter turn 1. Weaver will lead the field down the backstretch. Kurger second. Madison Begenwald battle for third. Jeremy Weaver leads lap 1 in car 5. Off of turn 4. Flick by 21 one-thousandths of a second over Begenwald. Begenwald back to the inside. He'll throw a slider on AJ. Down the backstretch. Flick to the inside. Crossover move. Another slider coming from Jacob. Crossover by AJ. He'll take third at the start-finish line. Outside momentum to take over the 4th spot. Weaver's encountered lap traffic with Kip Edwards in the 4K and Louis Mattis in the M4. Jacob Begenwald and Brandon Mattis going at it for that 4th spot. Ooh, slider by Mattis. Begenwald enough room to go around him. For 5th in car 79W, give the Fleming Contracting entry the 5th spot. Begenwald with a slider on AJ. He'll take it. AJ with a crossover move down the backstretch. Jacob back to the inside. Slider incoming. AJ crossover move. Give Begenwald 3rd. Halfway, 13 down, 12 to go. Jeremy Weaver is led from the drop of the green. Begenwald another slider incoming for Flick. Crossover by AJ. Flick will take the 3rd spot back at the start-finish line. What a battle for 3rd. Begenwald and Flick down the backstretch. Clark, he's looking for his first career Lernerville Speedway victory in 410 sprint car action. Slider by Begenwald again for 3rd. Crossover by Flick. Give it to Flick by 31 thousandths of a second. Begenwald good on the bottom. He's going to stay with AJ as they enter turn 3. AJ will protect the slider as Begenwald holds the bottom off of turn 4. Jacob Begenwald by 1/1000th of a second behind Flick, but now Begenwald to the bottom. He holds the bottom that time by, and he'll take over the 3rd spot. The 17-year-old trying to pass last Friday's feature winner. Begenwald to the inside of Kurger down the backstretch. Look at the 3 car down the backstretch. He'll take 2nd. 2 laps to go for Jeremy Weaver. Last time by a 3.2 second advantage. Let's see the interval this time by 2.7. 2.7 seconds lead for Jeremy Weaver. He's got clear racetrack in front of him as he heads down the backstretch. Begenwald has 2nd over Kurger. Off of turn 4. White flag waving for Hollywood. Begenwald and Kurger will battle for 2nd. Flick not far behind in 2. But down the back straightaway, one final time. Picking up his first career Lernerville Speedway 410 feature win, the 5 of Jeremy Weaver. Jacob Begenwald career best 2nd. Dan Kurger 3rd. AJ Flick 4th. And Will Fleming gets and Federer will lead the field to life off of turn number 4. Shingledecker on the bottom. He'll roll through the middle. Federer 2nd. Crummert to the inside of Federer for the runner-up spot. 3 wide off of turn 4. The leader, Shingledecker. 2nd is Federer. 3rd, Crummert. Cipriano 4th and King 5th. Down the backstretch now. Crummert will take 2nd from Federer. Shingledecker leads. He'll roll the bottom this time by. Off of turn 4, Crummert going to look to the inside. Shingledecker leads lap 2, but Crummert 1/10 of a second back. Car around in turn 4 is the 1M of Michaela Gaitis. Off of turn 4 in the Ironworkers starting zone. Green flag in the air. Side by side into turn 1. Crummert going to roll the middle. Shingledecker on the bottom down the backstretch. They'll drag race into turn 3. Give Crummert the lead as they enter turn 3. Shingledecker on the bottom. Crummert through the middle to the top. Leader lap 3 to 29 of Garrett Crummert. Jeremiah on the bottom. Garrett on the outside. We got the 56M of Jacob McElravy over the hill in turn 2. Flick the light on and wave the green. We're back underway. King Jr. trying to get the moisture on the bottom. Goes side by side with Shingle-Decker. Shingle-Decker edges ahead as they exit turn 2 and into turn 3. 3 wide for second. Here comes Aiden Cipriano on the bottom. Aiden to third in car 5. Third. King, Kinney, Fetter. As the caution comes out again over here in turn 4, the 26 of Carly Miller. Green flag, back in the air. Crummert leads into turn 1. Shingle-Decker through the middle, now to the top. Down the back stretch, Aiden Cipriano has a run at Shingle-Decker. Looking at Murdoch and Fetter, battle for 6th into turn 3. Shingle-Decker by 1/10 of a second over Cipriano. Aiden rolling the bottom in that 5C car. King right behind them. Waiting for something to happen as they head down the backstretch. Aiden Cipriano down the backstretch. He'll pull ahead of the 37 MD into turn 3. Off of turn 4, caution out over in turn 2. And of course, Rex King Jr. winner here earlier this year as well. Green flag back in the air. Crummert rolling the bottom. Shingle-Decker through the middle. Down the backstretch now. Shingle-Decker now going to go to the inside. Going to try to take the inside away from Aiden. Aiden all the way down on the bottom, looking for second as here comes Rex King Jr. on the outside. 3 wide for the second spot down the front stretch. Contact between Shingle-Decker and King as Rex is now going to use outside momentum. Move Cooter into the runner-up spot down the backstretch. Ooh, contact in turn 1 and 2. Steve Slater and Rick Rogalski contact into turn 1 and 2, caution out. Crummert and King lead the field, the Ironworkers start zone. Green flag, back in the air. Crummert rolls the bottom. King to the outside. Garrett will get a good run down the backstretch. Here comes Cipriano to challenge the 165. Dave Murdoch on the inside of Shingle-Decker for 4th. Off at turn 4, looking at Aiden Cipriano get the second spot in 5C. Cipriano, King, Murdoch, and Shingle-Decker your top 5. Side by side for second down the backstretch. Good battling throughout the back half of the top 10 between Gallagher, Fetter, and Cam Miller. As Rex King Jr. finds himself back into the second spot. For the 9. Aiden. Oh, car around in turn 2. Car around in turn 2. Coming back the Ironworkers starting zone. Garrett Crummert's race to restart in the Curtis Wright 29. Green flag is back in the air. Good restart for Rex as he rolls through the middle. He'll go through the middle to the top. Garrett's going to try to get the moisture on the bottom down the back stretch. Good run for the 29 car into turn 3. Garrett all the way down on the bottom. Tries to get the moisture as he leads by 32 1/1000ths of a second. Rex rolls the middle. Garrett down on the bottom, side by side down the backstretch. Cipriano still 3rd, Murdoch 4th, Shingle-Decker 5th. Crummert continues to lead. Rex will lead off of turn 2. Garrett tries to get a run down the backstretch and into 3. Side by side into 3, now off of 4. King gonna roll the middle to the top. He will lead lap 19. 5-lap dash to the finish. We are green. King through the middle. So is Crummert. Here comes Aiden to the bottom, side by side for second. King Crummert, Cipriano, Murdoch, Shingledecker, your top 5 off of 4. King leads Cipriano to second, but Crummert has a run into turn 3. The Bristolville, Ohio driver will park it in Terry Bowser Excavating Victory Lane. Rex King Jr. wins in the Diehl Automotive Big Block Modifieds. Crummert second, Cipriano third, Murdoch fourth, and Jeremiah Shingledecker rounds out the top 5. 20 laps is the distance. The final feature of the night is green. Off into 1 and 2. Cavallette to the bottom, Timmy Bittner to the outside, side by side down the backstretch. Bittner gonna roll the middle, Cavallette all the way down on the bottom. Timmy Bittner leads lap 1 and 0-1. Cavallette gonna challenge him back on the bottom down the backstretch. Jeremy Cornball almost touching the Jersey barrier into turn 3. He'll take the second spot at the start-finish line. .3 second advantage for Bittner. Cornball now to second. Hunter Height and Shelby Kelly battle for the 9th spot. Give it to Kelly as they cross the start-finish line. Dabrowski around the outside of Cavallette. They exit turn 2 and into 3. Dabrowski through the middle, Cavallette on the inside. Give it to Dabrowski at the start-finish line. 5th, the battle for 6 between Paddock and Vivian Jones. Here comes Cornball to the inside. Shows his nose to the 0-1. Jeremy Cornball down on the inside, trying to get all the moisture he can that's still left. Last time by a 1.5 second advantage for Bittner. Still 1.5 seconds as Cavallette now takes third from Dabrowski. Jared Cavallette on the inside. Dabrowski gonna roll the middle. Also battling through lap traffic. Car around in turn 2. Bittner on the gas. We're back to green. Cornball leaves the bottom open. Cavallette gonna poke his nose in there. Jeremy's gonna clear him off of turn 2. Here comes Greg Dabrowski for third. Greg Dabrowski looking for a late race charge here. Off of turn 4. Dabrowski the inside of Cornball down the front straightaway. Battle for second. Give it to Dabrowski as they enter turn 1. Greg Dabrowski 4th to 2nd on that restart. Cornball 3rd. Cavallette 4th. Vivian Jones 5th. 2 laps to go this time by. The front wing collapsed on that race car after the restart. He'll try to get it back around here to the start-finish line. Going 2 for 2 in our Dirt TV 3-wide Sunday shows in July and August. Timmy Bittner wins the Allegheny Sprint Tour 305 feature. Greg Dabrowski 2nd, Jeremy Cornball 3rd, Jared Cavallette 4th, and Vivian Jones rounds out the top 5.
Catch all the Lernerville action live and on demand at dirt.tv. Stay up to date with all Lernerville Speedway news at lernerville.com.